Anyway.
It's Mike's Daddy Podcast.
It's episode 3289, 3289, and Mike Matthews here at Café Anyway, somewhere in PodCastro Valley, the last place on earth.
Daily Podcast.
In the land of Ameritopica, it's Mike Matthews. Hey, there's a great thing that you can say, and that is, I am going to dance for no reason. That's my stance. And don't use your phone so much. We're using our phones way too much. So much so
Mike's Daily Podcast.
that more restaurants and bars are banning phones. Scrolling
Mike's
a menu
Daily
instead of your phone
Podcast.
is more intimate.
Yeah!
63% of Gen Z, the Zers, the Zeds, there's never been this much attention to that last letter of the alphabet than these days. So 63%, way over half, say they intentionally disconnect when they are in a restaurant. Good job. Let's see. Now let's look at the millennials. A little over half, 57%, say that they disconnect. But even the older crowds are on board. Us Gen Xers. Oh, did you know that the oldest of us Gen Xers just hit 60 this year? Good job. Good job, you're 60. I'm right behind you in a couple of years. Oof. And I'm coming up on my half birthday, so it's going to be within... Wow. It goes by fast, folks. It goes by fast. Less than half. Yes, only 42% of Gen Xers put away their phones. And get this. Only 29%. Barely 30% of boomers say they unplug when it comes to dropping their phones.
And here's today's podcast
In
picture.
the pocket, out of sight, in the purse, wherever. So now 87% of phone use these days involves social networking and texting during meals. Why would you want to do not disturb me when I'm eating. I've always been like that. Something I learned from my mom. She believed in enjoying your food and eating slow. Yet everyone around me growing up and nowadays, and I'm always on people's, you eat slower. Come on. You're just inhaling it. The late great Basil the Boxer used to inhale his food. That was in his healthy heyday. He would plow right through, I think, 2 cups of kibble. Was that what I was giving him? It's been a while. But the podcast picture is not of the late great Basil the Boxer. It of the fine Alameda Creek in Niles, and it was just about to rain on me, and I got this cool picture of myself. I'm going to tell you right now, less pictures of myself. You are welcome. But you can see it at mikesdailypodcast.com. Whoa. It's a time for... Oh, the word is episode is what he is saying. Because did I mention it is episode 3289, 3289, and that there are super yachts. One of my first jobs, because I grew up in the Ventura County area, I had a job during the summer washing boats that were in the water still. So you had to lean over precariously over the water, the ocean, well, the bay, wherever the boat was docked in the little harbor there in Channel Islands Harbor. And I would try to prevent myself from falling into the water. And I would wash the side, scrub the side, chamois the side, all the stuff you got to do with the different shines and accoutrement. But the super yacht sales are rising again. The 100-foot-long super yacht business is growing, generating about $14 billion annually. That is 14 million millions, if you didn't know. And with pre-owned sales value up 36% to almost $7 billion. Wow. Hey, when you ask a question and you go, what?
Matthewsman Park.
Yes, it's a Matthewsman Park of fascinating
The front panel
things.
will close automatically. Please remain seated at all times.
Do you really hit that W in what? Do you go, what? My mom used to do that. And then as I watched The Closer with Kira Sedgwick, because I missed it when it first came out, first time round, and now I'm watching it on Netflix, she does a lot of what and where. I don't know if that's a Southern thing, or even though I lived in the South for a short while, but I don't remember that. Hey, where were we? Oh, yeah, so people are buying a lot of these super yachts. The average pre-owned super yacht, though, you can't usually get it for a steal. It still costs about $18 million. And a new super yacht is at least let's say the low end 30 million, but it's generally 50 million plus.
Get stage fright?
Well, I tell you a secret.
What?
If you ever find yourself on the air,
I'm on the radio.
You feel a little nervous, just imagine that you're speaking to one specific person.
One specific person.
Which, in fact, is probably the case here.
Jan Smithers, Howard Hesseman, it was Bailey, and Dr. Johnny Fever from WKRP. I was watching the season 2, and all of a sudden I get an email from the Alameda County Library. You need to return your DVDs. I know people that have not returned. I did, so I brought it back. I have yet to finish season 2, but I know folks that they have overdue books. And by saying overdue, I mean at least 4 years.
The Fascinating Material Project.
Isn't this fascinating material? But what I'm also saying to you is return that DVD, because maybe somebody else wants to watch the WKRP in Cincinnati. But as we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth, in the land of Ameritopica. Are you trying to escape the rising cost of airfare? Yes, they're raising the bag fees, they're adding fuel surcharges, they're cutting flight schedules. My opinion is, and I know you probably don't care, but if you work for an airline, I'm offending you, but I'm telling you that the airline company, Hachi-Machi, any excuse they can, they will raise prices. Any excuse. They say it's for the fuel, because the Strait of Hormuz, even though supposedly we have enough fuel to cover everything here from the U.S., particularly Texas apparently pulls a lot of oil out of the ground. Yet, any drop of the hat, any sneeze, any little hiccup, it is always they're boosting the prices. They're upping the prices. They've been doing it, 9/11, you name it. It's always just up and up and up and up, and they never bring it down. It's like the same as the restaurants. They kick the prices up and up and up. So, hey, no wonder us Gen Xers are using our phones in the restaurants. We're like, we've had enough. We've seen this happen our entire lives. But round-trip international flights have jumped.
Mike's out of left field recording.
And this is a little out of left field.
Recording everything captures actions that will never again be repeated.
But international prices for flights have jumped nearly 30%. So I guess you're paying internationally at least $1,000. Domestic fares have seen similar price increases. The lowest prices tend to be 23 to 51 days before you leave for wherever it is. For international flights, it's generally 49 days or more to get a more lower price. I know you're supposed to either say lower price or more low price, but whatever. Cheapest days to fly. This is what, according to Rob Black, I produce this podcast. He's heard on AM 1220 KDOW in the Bay Area, Monday through Thursday in the 5 p.m. hour, and he's on Cron TV Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. Oh my gosh, the big news in the Bay Area. Eric Swalwell. He's actually the representative for the East Bay and where the PodCastro Valley is. And oh my, he has had a couple times, he's invited people, members of the public, to go on walks with him at Lake Chabot and Fairmont Ridge. There's a fine article that you may or may not have caught. From San Francisco, I believe it was the Chronicle, said something about the whole thing, about how he has these accusations, allegations, and not good, a la what, you know, Cesar Chavez, that kind of thing going on. So, wow. I've had a problem with Eric Swalwell for a while, for a couple of years. There's certain things I feel he should pay more attention to in the East Bay, but no, he's trying to do, you can tell. Don't you hate the politicians with way too much ambition that don't care about the local and they're only caring about their career and getting to the next level, to be governor, then president, and on and on and on. They, you know what? He won't get termed out as a House of Representative, or yeah, he's House of Representative. I don't think they term out, do they? Or senators don't term out. Is that why Nancy Pelosi's still a senator out of Los Angeles? No, I mean San Francisco. And, well, is that right? To never be termed out? That's strange. That doesn't seem, but I need a constitutional lawyer historian to explain why it's set up the way it is. Anyway.
And now we return you to our regularly scheduled program with Mike Matthews.
What an excellent transition, as we were talking about Friday being the cheapest day to fly. If you're going to pick a day to fly, it's the cheapest. Then Thursday, then Tuesday, still very cheap, especially domestic. I've always flown out Tuesday, but that's interesting. I'm hearing from Rob it's Friday. The most expensive days to fly out, and you should avoid, are Sunday. Sunday is the most expensive day by far, and then Monday is also pricey. And if you want to do a summer trip, do not do it in July. That's why I'm hearing lots of folks wanting to fly in June, including a lot of my staff, and I'm a manager, and they all want to take vacation days at the same time, and I'm like, dudes. It's mostly dudes. I say dudes, don't, no. What is this with the new Avatar movie? They're saying bro all the time. Bro, brah. And it's a quick bro. It's not bro. It's bro. Ugh. Because I guess, is it Cameron? James Cameron wants to sound hip with his
I just
dialogue.
don't know how you do it.
Just talk into the mic and your voice goes out through the wires.
Yeah, talk into the microphone.
Once a week, whether you need it or not, somebody comes in here and gives you a check for
how much?
$38.
$38? That's it? What? Yeah, so don't say into the microphone, bro. But consider 2 single one-way tickets from different airlines. Rob says that can help with a lower cost. Adding a layover instead of non-stop saves about 22% on average. And use search engines like Kayak. Kayak confuses me because it uses all these different, all these websites. And he says use search engines like that allow you to compare prices on different days and destinations. I say take it one step further, and when you find an airline with cheap prices, go directly to their website to buy it instead of using Kayak or whatever their search engine's going to. Sometimes they jump over to what was it called? Hottickets.com. Something with the word hot in it. Hot topic.
Kids.
Hey, look, it's here.
Me.
Who?
Do-Re-Mi the Clown.
Hello. Do-Re-Mi the Clown recently cleaned up. That's good. He got clean. For years, alcohol was one of the most resilient categories in consumer spending. Demand for beer, though, is down. Not by a lot, but by 5%. And 6% for wine. Why am I bringing this up? Because I have, interestingly, not drank in quite a while. Okay, maybe it was just after St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. I had to have a Guinness just to feel like I was with Guinness. Just to give me the ability to rhyme, which apparently does not give me the ability to rhyme. What? Oh, look who's here. Hello, it's Madame Rootabega, and I thought that you were a little bit confused. Oh, yeah, I was a little bit confused there. Woo! But now I think I'm back to it. All right. Hey, some people like... Oh, so I'm on Substack now. And it's mikesdailypodcast.substack.com. Some people, like someone named Jason Meng and Bay Area Letters, have liked some of the stuff I've posted, which is the podcast that I post. So it's just another way to get the podcast out there for people to read. And there you go. Do you like rye bread, Madame Rootabega? Yes. Do you like wheat bread? Yes. Do you like white bread? No. You know, white bread seems so just not good for you. But there's that guy, what is he? He's got the multi-seed bread, and there's like a cartoon picture of him on the bread bag, and he's playing a guitar. Something Dave, Super Dave, something like that. You know what it is, and you're laughing at me. But the thing is, wow, he apparently has some kind of seeds in there. I tried a slice. I bought some and I tried a slice and whatever. But rye and whole wheat bread are both healthy, whole grain choices that support metabolic, digestive, and heart health. Rye bread, though, has a lower glycemic index, lower than whole wheat. That makes it a better choice for blood sugar control. And whole wheat bread is rich in insoluble fiber, and that helps prevent digestive constipation. Woo! Woo! Let's hear it for that. Which apparently that sounds like a good idea. I'm never for constipation, but they have similar nutrient profiles. Rye, though, is a better choice for blood sugar management. And whole wheat bread is also a healthy whole grain option and can support blood sugar management better than white bread overall. So see, it's always better than white bread. Rye bread, however, may help with more heart health support. Whole wheat and rye bread are both heart healthy options, but rye may offer a slight advantage.
We love you, Mike.
Thank you. Rye bread contains more soluble fiber, and that is what binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract and helps remove it from the body, getting it out of your body, which I need to do because I'm always making the bad fats, the bad cholesterol. And the LDLs is what they are. Whenever you see your doctor, your LDLs are high, your HDLs are low. You got to reverse that. So this lowers the LDL cholesterol, helping reduce buildup in the arteries and protects against heart disease. Look who else is here. Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino and Bernie. And this is Bison Bentley. Dude! Mike, we try to eat healthy all the time, dear. Yeah, eating healthy. Dude! Well, I guess our president doesn't eat so healthy.
The interesting thing about the president is that he eats really bad food, which is McDonald's, and then, candy and Diet Coke. He drinks the Diet Coke all times. He has the constitution of a deity. I don't know how he's alive, but he is.
I don't know how he's alive, but he is.
Okay, that's reassuring. Both rye and whole wheat breads provide potassium and magnesium. Why is that important? Because they help relax the blood vessel walls, and it improves blood flow. Believe me, you need blood flow. If you do not, everything goes wrong. My mom found out about that the hard way, sadly, and she lost a leg, and then she basically, when she passed away, it was somewhat to do with that issue that she had been battling for the last 15 years of her life. Potassium also helps balance the effects of sodium. Yes, don't add salt to things. I'm trying to teach my lovely lady friend not to do that. Don't add salt. You do not need to add salt. But let's see, what does it say here? The potassium also helps balance the effects of sodium, supporting healthy blood pressure and easing the strain on your heart. And it is all about that. Rye has long-term digestive benefits because it's a fiber-rich diet.
See, because the people who are loud and confrontational and all, they don't have any problem speaking their mind. That's what they do. They speak their mind whether you want to hear it or not.
We don't want to hear it.
But it's the other people who need a voice.
Yeah.
And they need an advocate. And if we love one another, we can learn to advocate for one another.
We should do that.
I'm always expressing what I think, but I haven't heard from you on this. Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Meetings would go better if somebody stopped and asked the folk who are sitting around the table quiet, what do you think about this? You haven't said much. Let's hear what you're thinking. Because sometimes the best wisdom comes from the person who's reluctant to speak. Sometimes those still waters run deep. It's the folk making all the noise that, okay, we've heard from you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Now go away.
But now let's hear from somebody else.
Go away, no. That's what the critical drinker says. The Scottish guy. Go away, no. Oh, there's so many YouTubers that's the problem. And thank you, the late great Pastor Paul Shepherd, about that wonderful, important point, is that we should listen to the people that don't talk as loudly. Because it is this world, this society, this social media culture is all about loud, loud, loud. Whoever can be the loudest and flashiest and in your face. My lovely lady friend, she was a victim of it. She suddenly got sucked into this video. It was a woman of color. It was expressing how you can't trust the banks. I don't know her name, but I watched the video. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just can't stand that kind of in-your-face video. That YouTube they reward that. They reward it. They give you so much money for all the views and the clicks.
Ginormous.
And she had ginormous group of people following her. Huge group. It was something like over 1 million, this lady. And she's all about her real estate, though. In the end, she's saying, don't trust the banks. You should buy real estate. Yeah. Okay. Basically and I looked at some of the comments underneath the video, and it was all about shoving money into your mattress and that kind of ridiculousness that any financial advisor will tell you no. But she's basically saying don't trust the banks because of this, and this that got passed. There's like a Basel III thing that I don't quite understand. But oh my. This isn't really about that as much as it's about how I cannot stand YouTube influencers and how they're just all terrible. And if they grab your attention, if the little thumbnail for their video is all about magnifying the stress and putting the big words like banks have no money, banks have lost your money, that kind of thing, just walk away from that craziness, that sensationalism. But rye bread, one last interesting thing about it is that it has unique fibers. Did you know this about rye bread? It has unique fibers that stay in the digestive system longer than wheat bread, than the fibers in wheat bread. And so this slows the digestion and helps you feel full longer. And this type of high fiber food may support modest weight and body fat reduction compared to if you're eating refined wheat products. So it's all about the fiber, I guess. Fiber. I want to eat fiber. Although whole grain rye bread may be a better choice for weight management, portion size and overall calorie intake matter more than choosing one type of whole grain bread over another. That magnified by the fine folks at health.com. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Next show, we will have the wonderful Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer. Do you have anything to contribute? Here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
And with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame. Thank you for listening. Ooh, I love sandwiches. That's why I like talking about rye and wheat bread. Oh, they're so delicious. I love the sandwiches. I love making it. I add lots of cabbage sometimes. Cabbage is a little bit better choice than just straight out lettuce, but lettuce ain't the worst thing for you. Oh, I love it. Use a little bit more mustard because it doesn't have so many calories. There's so many sandwiches to make, so little time. And I bet even Taylor Swift would agree.
All right, now, Tay-Tay, my favorite.
Okay, that's enough.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye.